when you are quantum leaping realities, this is what you have to remember. And this is coming from someone who has quantum leaped one time and is currently in the middle of a quantum leap. Okay? Do not take back or go back to any old habits, past relationships, or like old habits. Okay? Did I say old habits? Negative habits? Whatever. Just don't, whatever you let go of from the past, keep it there. Because if you go back, let's say, for example, let's say, okay, you quantum leaped realities. In your old reality, you used to smoke cigarettes. Okay? I used to smoke cigarettes. All right? And so when you were in the middle of the quantum leap, your brain is going to be like, I kind of want a cigarette. My brain right now, okay? Literally. You know what's happening? Your ego knows that you're about to quantum leap. It knows, and it wants to stay comfortable. It wants to stay safe. Even if your current reality, the current, like, you know, like, the timeline that you're shifting from, even if it's negative and technically, like, bad for you, your ego still feels like this is the comfortable space because this is what you're used to. Anything that's unknown and uncomfortable, it's going to be like, no. Okay? So that's why when you're about to quantum leap, you may freak out. Now, the quantum leap that I'm going through right now is I'm going to Greece on May 12th. And when you travel countries, that's literally like, that's a portal, baby. That's a portal. And I know, because I've been talking to Mother Hecate, I've been like, dude, I'm freaking out. Like, I'm scared. I'm actually really scared. And I haven't processed it, like, fully until, like, recently, because, like, I only recently figured out how I'm going to actually go there. And before, it was just like I was manifesting it. Well, now I've successfully manifested it, and now it's actually happening, and now I'm freaking out, right? And so everything from my past reality is coming back up, like my ex-partner, which we dated for 4 years, right? Like, if you follow me, you know, okay? But for the people that don't know, we broke up on New Year's, okay? For the last time, for the fifth and final time, okay? And I know that he was a blockage for my manifestations, 100%, all right? And so now that he's gone, he's gone. But in my head, I'm like, what if I just called him? No. What the fuck? Like, what? No, we don't actually want to do that. And it's because my ego knows I'm about to do something really crazy, and my whole life is about to change, and everything is about to shift, and even though it's going to be better than I could ever expect it to be, I'm terrified. And so I'm like, Mother Hecate, I'm freaking out. And of course, she has calmed me down and is like, child, don't worry, like, it's gonna be so much better than you know. And I'm like, I know, but also like, but you know, she reminds me of the things, which is that it's just my ego and it's nothing to worry about. And so I'm here sharing the message of, if you're in the middle of a quantum leap, or if you have successfully quantum leaped, right? Because I have successfully quantum leaped and then like gone back to the old reality. That's what happened last year when my business, my like witchy business, got really successful, and I started making a lot of money. I was doing spells for people and tarot readings and all that kind of stuff. I made like $36,000 in a very short amount of time. Like, I made a lot of money like really fast, and then it did not last. This is also like, there's a double message here about like, if your manifestations take longer, it's better. Because even though it feels like, oh, like you're waiting for it, it's not really like you're waiting. It's like, you know, like you are physically in the identity, but the 3D is just catching up, and the universe is going to deliver it to you better than you expect it to be. This manifestation came in so fast for my business to become successful. And I remember the last shift in my thought process was, it's okay that my business isn't successful right now because it probably would stress me out. Guess what happened? It stressed me out. Okay, and so then I was very stressed out. And yes, I made a lot of money really fast, but that also meant that it didn't have the right foundations for it to be long lasting, and that's why it didn't last long. That's why this manifestation, because literally that happened within like 3 weeks of me breaking up with my ex, the fourth time when it happened in the summer. Okay, right? Now, we've been broken up for almost 4 months. And I've been like in my head a little bit like, why is it taking longer? Why is it taking longer? And I'm realizing now that like, it's because it's going to be actually so much better than I expect it to be, and it's actually going to last. Like, I have been reprogramming my nervous system to be able to hold it. I have been doing all the internal work. I've been healing from the past. I've been learning, you know, like, I don't need to work hard to make money. I can make money easily. I can be paid to exist. All of these things are possible. I can manifest money just by existing, right? Like, it's not that hard. It's actually not that hard. I'm unlearning all of the old, like, all the old programming that was the reason why my business before was unsuccessful. And so now I've built the foundations for it to actually last long and be something that I can hold for a long time, and that my nervous system feels safe and feels calm, and it doesn't actually stress me out to have success or make money, right? So, double meanings, okay? And so, yeah. But the entire message here pretty much is that when you do Quantum Leap, don't go back to anything from your old reality. You're going to want to. You're going to think about the things. And if you're wondering, why am I freaking out? Why am I thinking about the old things even though I've already let them go? It's because your nervous system wants to go back to your comfort zone. Don't let it. Just don't do it. It's not worth it, okay? Take the risk. Do the hard thing. Push through. I promise it's going to be so worth it, and it's going to be so good. Okay? Just don't go back. Because when I took my ex back, once I quantum leaped, okay, even though, like, it wasn't ever really meant to work out, right? It was all very, like, divinely orchestrated. But I took my ex back. We got back together. And then guess what happened after we got back together? My business plummeted. Because he also smokes cigarettes and smokes, weed and, like, likes to drink on occasion. Right, and so then I got back into all of those things. And so all of those bad habits, and including going back to him and that habits that we had formed together, like just in existing in reality, he put me back in the old timeline. He put me back in my old mindset. He also was very, like, logical. And so, like, he took me out of my spirituality. He took me out of, like, my manifestation kind of, like, mindset, and made me doubt myself and made me really insecure. And that just, it plummeted. That's what happened. So you cannot take back the people. They cannot come with you. The people that you let go and the universe takes out of your life to make room for the better things, they have to stay gone. Okay? So, yeah, okay. Happy manifesting. I love you, bestie, so much. Mwah!